Welcome back to Hannity as we report from Florida tonight. Rush Limbaugh has been one of the strongest voices against NFL players protesting our flag, our national anthem, and he's one of the NFL's biggest fans. Here's what he had to say earlier today. Let me go to the NFL. All right. I want to read what you said because I've listened to you all the years you've been on radio, and you're probably the biggest NFL fan I've ever known. You love the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I do.
You saw what happened in the Pittsburgh game, and you actually said that, and you've been pointing this out, it's bigger than life to you, the NFL, and for the first time in 45 years, you weren't excited, and that the myth that you've always had about these players in the NFL is gone.
Totally gone now.
Totally gone. You can't recover it?
I don't, well, maybe, I hope. See, that's the thing. I woke up Sunday morning after the President made his comments in Alabama on Friday, and I'm looking at the way the media is covering it and what's intended to happen on Sunday. And I'm saying they've hijacked the game. The left has hijacked this game. It used to be a respite. It used to be a place you go to escape all this. I really, you think of the players, they can do things we can't do when they're performing at optimum level. It is just incredible to watch the talent that's on display. And to watch them now get caught up into something that I don't even think they understand. They're backtracking now. Well, this is not about protesting the flag. This is not about. Yes, of course it is. They try to say that's how it all got started. If they really wanted to make it, you think they could? If one of these players or group of them called you and said, "We want a half hour on your show," would you give it to them?
100%.
Why did they do that? Why are they messing around on the sideline, disrespecting the flag, disrespecting the anthem? What's the point? They're not accomplishing anything except harming the enterprise. Whatever's happening in the NFL right now, it's not how you grow it.
You said the owners are clueless. You said this is about race. And I think the most profound thing you said is they're now being used by the left in this country that wants to take away institutions, and that the NFL is an anathema to the left.
Well, saying this is risky because I firmly believe it.
Don't get in trouble.
Don't
get in trouble. Go ahead.
I'm saying that people don't look. When I say what I'm going to say, people are going to react. Oh, come on, are you serious? And I just want to tell you, I am, and this is why I'm so concerned. I do believe that the left wants to cause great damage to the NFL. What does the NFL stand for? Masculinity, strength, toughness. So what are they doing to it? You go to college campuses now, and you'll find classes on how to take masculinity out of men. It's actually happening. There are studies and courses in college to do this. It's patriotic. You've got the flag. You've got the anthem. You've got uniformed military personnel. All the things that the left wants to erase from this country. They don't like displays of patriotism, strength, rugged individualism. And that's why the players are being used here. They think it's about police brutality. They think it's about righting social wrongs and so forth. This is an attack on the NFL as an institution for shaking it down and lowering its profile and impact on American culture. In the midst of a culture war, everybody knows it. The left is doing everything it can to erase elements of our country's founding, the traditions and institutions, and they don't stop. And once they get their hooks in something, this is why I'm sad about it. They're not going to let go of this. So when I see the owners, they got to be scared to death. They have to be scared to death. On the one hand, that they side with their players, linking arms, go to the sideline, take a knee or whatever. That's just driving the central fan base away. I almost think that is part of the strategy. If you did want to damage the NFL, what would you do? You would do something to cause its fan base to leave it. What's happening?
This isn't going to end well, is it?
No, well, I hope it does. See, I love this so much that I live in constant optimism. This can be overcome, and we can get back to it. But the problem is, Sean, everybody in management, everybody in corporate America is under the false impression that this is a leftist liberal country. It isn't. It's made to look at because the media is, and the media promotes it, and the media narrative is that America has progressed and now conservatism is a minority, or that way of thinking is a minority. And so everybody in corporate America who thinks they need to find a way to convince people to pay them, buy their product or whatever, is under a misunderstanding of who their audience is. Look who advertises the NFL. Ford, F1, everything that supposedly causes climate change are the #1 advertiser in the NFL. Guys, beer, who's being assaulted and attacked on all this. And the owners and the commissioner, I don't know what their individual politics are. I don't think they understand what's happening to them. I don't think they understand what's going on. They think they're relating to the majority of their fan base. They're not. They're driving them away. And I hate it. I don't want the NFL to get smaller. I don't want it to become insignificant. I don't want it to be taken over by a bunch of wusses. I don't want it to be taken over by left-wing social justice causes. You know, use something besides the NFL sideline. Use something besides a flag. Use something besides something that people use to escape everything leftists are trying to force on us.
I'll give them hours on my show.
You hear that?
Hour.
Hours. Let's see if they take you up on it.
Seriously, tell me what you care about. Have a big debate. I'll do hour-long debates.
You know what you're going to find?
What?
This is going to. I think, Sean, that a lot of, I don't know what the percentages are. A lot of these players really believe hands up, don't shoot. They really believe.
Never happened.
It didn't happen, but the media says it did.
Yeah.
And social justice warriors on the left, the civil rights community, continue to say it did. You can't blame them if that's the only media they trust, if that's the only media they watch. There's that aspect of it. There are also, the police brutality overall that they think more blacks are killed in Chicago than by other blacks.
Nobody talks about it.
Nobody talks because it doesn't fit the narrative. But if they were really concerned about all of the horrible things happening to them, or African Americans, it isn't happening in the NFL. 75% of the league is African American and wealthy and loved and adored and hero worshipped. And yet it makes no sense. And it saddens me. I loved it. I didn't watch football Sunday. I couldn't.
I watched college football.
Well, I'm not a big fan of that either because of cheap uniforms. I didn't go to college. I don't have an album. They do look not as flashy.
Ouch. I can't.
I told Lou Holtz that.
Yeah.
He was coaching South Carolina. He understood what I meant, so we're cool. But really, I'm going to be playing golf on Sundays now. It's just not, Sean, it's not the same. You're watching it, and the media can't wait to tell us of all the discord. The sports
they
media,
never show the fans booing, though.
No,
They'll
show
that.
you the players dissing the flag.
All over.